But here's another thing too. Didn't the Romans? There were several. Our church fathers, Justin Martyr, and all these other ones. They affirmed the resurrection of Jesus, but they affirmed it
Yeah.
through the contemporary sources that were there. I mean, is that how they? That's how they would go back and they would affirm those contemporary sources through the first or second century accounts we have.
Justin Martyr did not historically verify shit. Justin had a very lackadaisical view of his faith. He just simply read what the gospel message was and believed it. There was no historical research done by any church father. Furthermore, there's no contemporaneous accounts of the resurrection. All you have are accounts after it supposedly happened. That's not contemporaneous eyewitness accounts. Of course, you guys think that the Gospels are reliable historical documents.
He's like, I'll give you Paul, but you can't use anybody else. I mean, I think that's probably because he's a mythicist. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, he's a myth.
I think that's probably why. You're right. I think that's probably why he states that, though. And I just don't understand the argument. Maybe we can go on and we'll understand more when he makes more points.
I like how instead of trying to figure out why I reject the Gospels as legitimate history, you just blame it on the mythicism. In fact, I rejected the historical reliability of the Gospels before I ever became a mythicist. So, joke's on you, dipshits. Because in that creed, Paul, he talks about Christ dying and being buried and then rising again. But even then, that's just Paul regurgitating what Paul already believes, what the faith tells him. And it's very important with Paul because you see, Paul vehemently denies that he gets his information from anybody here on earth. The only way that he gets his information is through a vision by Jesus Christ or through the scriptures. So all of his information comes.
I don't think that's
not true.
Yeah, that's not true. He had Gamaliel.
But didn't he also say, I brought to you what I first received?
Yeah, let me look that up real quick.
And then, again, I just mentioned the Q source. Airmen and all the people that this godless engineer dude look up to, they all say, well, I don't know if he looks up to Airmen because Airmen utterly refuted mythicists in his debate with Robert Price. If you haven't seen it, go watch that debate between Robert Price and Bart Ehrman on mythicism.
Paul says, for what I received, I pass on to you. That does not contradict anything that I said. He received it from a celestial Jesus. And Bart Ehrman didn't refute mythicism in one debate. That's just ridiculous to suggest. Now, I'm not saying that Price won that exchange by any account. But Ehrman didn't refute the position either. In fact, Ehrman's book, Did Jesus Exist? 1, isn't peer-reviewed, and 2, is considered of lower quality historiography than his other works that he's published. And this comes from Raphael Lataster's most recent work on the historical Jesus. In that particular book, which is meant for universities, he examines Ehrman's arguments for a historical Jesus, and he finds them to be very, very poor arguments.
I found the verse that you were bringing up, Converse, and here it is, 1 Corinthians 15:3. He says, "For what I received, I pass on to you as of first importance, that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures." So he received that.
Right, but that's the exact verse that he went to. That's the exact verse that he quoted.
Yeah.
He said, the first Corinthians, then he says, and Paul didn't get it from anybody. And it specifically says that. And then he says, according to the Scriptures, which was the Testament. He was saying, according to what, this, and according to the Scriptures, like he's saying, like it's verified by the Scriptures, basically.
Right.
That doesn't mean that he got it from somebody on earth. In Galatians 1:11, he says that he didn't get it from any man, only from a celestial Jesus. For I would have you know, brothers, that the gospel that was preached by me is not man's gospel. For I did not receive it from any man, nor was I taught it, but I received it through a revelation of Jesus Christ. The according to the Scriptures phrase indicates where they got their information, not that the events are corroborated by the Scriptures. I mean, can you guys take off your Christian lenses for like a second?